are still going. It is a 4-4 game, and we will take a break here on the Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Hi everyone, and we are still broadcasting here on the Elmira Pioneers Broadcast Network as we enter the bottom of the 11th inning between the Elmira Pioneers and the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. First pitch from Zach Biken on for his third inning of work is going to be a strike as he deals with the hitter for the Diamond Dogs. And there's a little soft line drive to second base, and Taylor Scripon comes up with it for the out. So there's out number one. Unless I just fell asleep for a couple of minutes, I'm not sure how there can be 2 outs in the inning already. Yeah, there's 1 out. I guess we'll wait for the scoreboard to correct. Scoreboard people scaring me for a moment. I'm thinking, oh no, did I just fall asleep for a while? But nope, that is out number 1 for Zach Biken, as he hopes to keep this game going. And there is a nice breaking ball for a strike. So ahead in the count 0-1.
And I really like the performance here by Biken, is now facing Collette, as that one is going to be fouled back and out of play. As Biken has definitely looked very efficient here for Elmira. And as we talked about, yes, Elmira has used 4 pitchers in this game compared to just 2 from Mohawk Valley, but Elmira has 17 pitchers on their roster, so they're built to have to go through a lot of pitchers if they need to. And here's a strike 3 on a swing and a miss by Collette, and there's quickly 2 outs. So now for Biken, that's his last 7 batters now that he's sat down.
And here's a big hitter for the Diamond Dogs, Justin Thomas, and Biken hoping to send him down and take us to inning number 12. This game just keeps going, and it really has been a thriller all the way.
And Biken will get set for his first pitch. And this one's going to sail high for a ball. As we work here in the bottom of the 11th inning, still tied 4-4. Zach Biken on the mound for Meyer has 1-0. Is going to be low for a ball to the right-hander, Justin Thomas. Thomas 1 for 4 on the night. His single came all the way back in the first inning that at the time drove in 2 runs for Mohawk Valley. Now a 2-0 is going to be outside for a ball, and it looks like maybe Biken doesn't want anything to do here with the first baseman, Justin Thomas.
You're a lefty, and he is a powerful right-handed hitter, so maybe it's a time to pitch around him.
There's a get-me-over fastball. Maybe he'll change up the strategy here a little bit as the count now 3-1. Maybe go with don't give anything good to hit. At least we'll try.
Yeah, try to get him to swing at your pitch.
And this one is on the inner half of the plate, as the big first baseman thought he had an easy walk down to first, but the umpire says no, 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 as he comes back to the plate. The count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 11th inning. The pitch from Biken is swung on, and that one's going to be foul down the third base line. As Hilson was right there on the line.
That was a rocket by Justin Thomas, but given where Taylor Hilson was playing, if it got by him, it was going to be a foul ball, and indeed it was. Pioneers playing no doubles defense, at least on that side of the field,
and the pitch is swung on a chopper to third. Hilson gloves it, gets it in, throws it to first in time for the out. And we're going to the 12th inning. Did anybody know there was a marathon today in Little Falls? Well, apparently there is. Between the Pioneers and the Diamond Dogs, knotted 4-4 as we head to the top of the 12th as Biken has done his job on the mound. As he has a big smile. Now the light's getting turned off here at the ballpark, as I didn't know we could end in a tie, but some of the lights getting turned off as it gets a little darker behind first base in the dugout. As we'll take a break, we'll come back for the top of the 12th inning if we have lights. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on the Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network.
Hi, everyone, and we are back here from Veterans Memorial Park in Little Falls, New York. Yes, we are still here as we begin the top of the 12th inning. How about that?
It's definitely been a great game here between these two teams, and Elmira has done a phenomenal job to work around that horrendous bottom half of the first inning, stayed in it, didn't give up, and they are definitely trying to fight for a win here tonight. And the shortstop for Elmira, Derek DeLear, in here to lead off the top half of the 12th inning against, who else? Terry Dugdale still in here for the Diamond Dogs. And he's definitely answered the call of the bullpen here for Diamond Dogs manager Blake Nation. As he's went now, this will be his 6th inning out of the bullpen for the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, 5 2/3 innings total, which is really unbelievable for a reliever.
And a strike called here on a 2-0 pitch.
He has already exceeded the number of innings thrown by the starting pitcher, and that was Greg. So, what a relief appearance, and all shutout ball for him so far. Pioneers trying to change that.
And the pitch is swung on and
fouled away, so it's a 2-2 count on Derek DeLear. DeLear with the ability to give the Pioneers the lead with one swing. We saw him kill his first homer of the season the other night, and also homered in his only hit this season at Florida International University, trying to just get into one here and send the Pioneers home. Not quite right there, as that one is fouled back. So a 2-2 count. The shortstop, Derek DeLear, dealing with a tough right-handed pitcher, Dugdale. And DeLear back in the box, and Dugdale now set, and here he comes. Swung and a missed, and 6 shutout innings by the right-hander Dugdale.
And it's been a tough night for Derek DeLear at the plate. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night. As he is now 0 for 5 as things go to the top of the line here for Chris Galuzzi, and got a hit in his last at-bat as he got a single in the top of the 9th inning, tried to start a rally for Elmira, but it was stranded at third base. As he is 1 for 5 on the night. First pitch to him is a called strike.
And a quick recap, if you joined us late. Starter Brian Gregg for Mohawk Valley allowed a run in the top of the first, but appeared to settle down until Taylor Skirpon hit a game-tying 3-run home run in the 6th inning. That one is grounded hard, and there will be a base hit to left field, so Chris Kaluzian starting something again as he gets on. He makes a wide turn at first base, but then he retreats back to the bag. He'll settle for a one-out single here against Terry Dugdale and the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. And here is T.J. Dixon hoping to give the Pioneers a lead and finally get them back on the buses going home. It's been a long game. It's been a very good game, but the Pioneers just want to leave it with a win.
And Dixon definitely has the ability to do that, as he still is in the top 5 in the league for hits on the season. Lays down a bunt here. Charging it is Dugdale. He has to go to first, and the out is made, as that'll be the second out. And then Kaluzian moves up to second. So Pioneers do have a runner in scoring position, and it's a time for Nick Walker to shine here, as Elmira has the shot. It's an easy shot, really, if you hit something to the outfield for Kaluzian to try and score. He's got the speed. And Walker steps in to face Dugdale, so a righty-on-righty matchup here with 2 outs in the top of the 12th inning, tied 4-4.
And here's the first pitch from Dugdale to Walker, and it will be a strike on the outside corner. That deceptive arm action working its magic again, as Walker is behind in the count 0-1. Walker hoping to tie Cushing's Antistopon for the team RBI lead and give the Pioneers the lead in this game. And there's a ground ball, and it's going to be fielded by the shortstop. Throws the first in time, and we'll be going to the bottom of the 12th, and still a tie game. And Doug, as we prepare to take another break, let's talk a little bit about the Pioneers' upcoming contest at home next couple of days.
As Elmira will return home tomorrow night on Thursday, June 19th, as they'll welcome in, once again, the Newark Pilots. And for fans in attendance, it's Red Solo Cup night. Be sure to get beer for only $2 throughout the night. And then on Friday, June 20th, the Pioneers welcome in the Watertown Rams for the first time since they saw them on opening night of the season in Watertown. And after that game, it'll be post-game fireworks brought to you by CMS, and it will be also free rally towel night, courtesy of MetLife. So 2 great games, 2 great promotions coming up for Elmira here these next 2 nights, so be sure to get out to Dunfield. Great tickets still remain for both games. You can get tickets by calling 607-734-2690 to find out more information on pricing, and then stopping in to the front offices and purchasing your tickets, as general admission tickets go for $7, as VIP seats go for $10, and then also senior citizens getting in for $5, and children 2 years of age or younger getting in for free.
And all those fans, definitely make sure to catch those games, and if you're lucky, you might just get a Pioneers team on the heels of 6 consecutive victories, but first they have to take care of business here. We are going to have a new pitcher for the Pioneers, and it looks like right-hander Alex Satterfield out of South Carolina, and he really was excellent in his first appearance for the Pios, Doug.
Yeah, he really did a great job joining the team late. He was a teammate of Zach Bellinger down in the Coastal Plains League playing for the Florence Red Wolves. Decided to come up to Elmira. He's made 2 relief appearances since joining the team, and he has looked really great. He's out of South Carolina. Did not play this last season, sat out after coming back from Tommy John surgery, so this is really his warm-up to come into next season for South Carolina. But definitely has been a very efficient pitcher for Elmira, and they hope that he will do that moving forward.
Yeah, always nice to have a pitcher from really one of the big conferences in college baseball in the SEC and have him come to the Pivot Game Collegiate Baseball League. The Pioneers really lucky to have a guy like Satterfield on their roster, and let's see if Satterfield can take this game to the 13th. And digging in for the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs is going to be, it looks like a pink shitter. It's going to be Zane Smith. He's a lefty-hitting outfielder out of Bryant, where he just finished his freshman year. So Diamond Dogs trying to mix things up, and let's see how it works. Here's the first pitch, delivered by Satterfield, and that one misses just inside. A fastball moving towards the lefty batter Smith, but just cannot quite catch the zone. So 1-0, Satterfield dealing with Zane Smith. And that one, similar story, maybe a little bit farther up, but Satterfield behind in account 2-0. Satterfield so far this season for the Pios has gone 2 innings, allowing us a hit and a walk and no runs while striking out 3. And pitch number 3 is swung on and missed, challenging him with the fastball, and Smith not quite catching up. It's now a 2-1 count. Satterfield waiting for the batter, Zane Smith, to be back in the batter's box, and he is. And here comes the 2-1 offering. There's a strike. That's what Satterfield was really trying to do with those first 2 pitches, have them start on the outer part of the plate and end up on the inside thanks to their movement, and that time he finally catches the corner. So 2-strike count, looking for his 4th strikeout in 2 1/3 innings this season. He winds and he deals. Swung on and missed, challenges him with another fastball and just blows it right by him. So the great Pioneers pitching in this game continues here in the bottom of the 12th.
And you know, Robbie, looking at my scorebook, I'm glad that I decided to bring the one I did. It actually has room for me to go to the 15th inning, not saying that I want to use it all the way to that, but most scoring books, they only give you the 10th inning, and then you've got to scramble to try and find space. But just happening to notice, hey, I've got to the 15th inning, but not trying to foreshadow everything with one out here in the bottom of the 12th.
And Satterfield deals to Tyler Lau, and Lau fouls it back. Satterfield, yet another pitcher for the Pioneers. They started Taylor Ahern, and that will be a hit by pitch as Satterfield hits Lau apparently in the leg, so there will be a base runner for the Diamond Dogs. And the potential game-winning run at first base, but Satterfield hoping to get back to retiring hitters and make sure that isn't possible.
So that'll bring the second baseman, number 1, Mason Nickens. Nickens grounded into a huge inning-ending double play for Elmira, and Zach Biken back in the bottom of the 9th inning as the Diamond Dogs had at the time the potential winning run on second with 1 out. Matt Birch decided to intentionally walk a batter, and that was Tyler Law at the time. And then that brought up Nickens, and Biken got the ground out he needed to get out of the inning. And that's what's played us on here to the 12th inning.
Pioneers hoping for an encore here with Lau on first and Nickens at the plate. Satterfield hoping for the double play.
And Satterfield has a plus fastball, as before his Tommy John surgery had a fastball that was clocked up in the low to mid-90s, around the 93 mile per hour area. Now another throw to first, a close play, and they're going to say that the runner is safe.
And Satterfield, the 5th pitcher for the Pioneers. They got 5 from Taylor Ahern, 1 from Zach Pigeon, 2 from Austin Von Erblis, 3 from Zach Biken, and here's Satterfield.
Satterfield checks the runner at first. He's not going. The pitch is high as Satterfield looking like he's a little bit worried about the runner, Lau, here at first base. With 1 out in the bottom of the 12th inning, Lau has a pretty good lead over there, and both times the pitch to the batter, Nickens, has been fairly outside. Now with 2-0, as that one swung on, a chopper up the middle, that's going to be through for a single as it pops in front of Dixon, and now the Diamond Dogs have runners on first and second here with 1 away in the bottom of the 12th inning. And coming up to the plate is the 3rd baseman, Greg Fazio, barring a pinch hitter here. And it indeed looks like it will be Fazio as he goes over to talk to his head coach, Blake Nation.
And a couple of at-bats ago, Fazio laying down a tremendous bunt where it took a literally perfect play from the then catcher, Jordan Taylor, to get him out at first. We'll have to see if he's bunting again. So he's bunting for a base hit here with 2 on and 1 out, or swinging away looking for the game-winning hit.
First pitch to Fazio is going to be high for a ball. That was the first hit by the Diamond Dogs in the extra frames, as their last hit before that single by Nickens came on the double from Jason Sullivan in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Yeah, that's snapped a streak of 21 straight batters retired by the Pios.
As this fastball is fought off and fouled out of play.
And then Biken really went back to retiring plenty of hitters after that. Did allow the intentional walk, but then got out of the frame with the double play off the bat of Nickens.
Then retired the next 8 batters after the hit.
So, wow. So, 29 out of 31 batters retired entering this inning. Now, Satterfield in trouble. Has to find a way to get out of this, or the Pioneers will go home without a victory as he attacks the hitter Fazio with a fastball and blows it right by him. That's the way that Satterfield began the inning, but then maybe got a little bit more tentative after that. The results really speak for themselves. He's allowed a pair of base runners, has to get back to attacking hitters and trust his stuff. Really a very talented pitcher and has to find a way to get it by these hitters.
And the 1-2 is a bouncer in the dirt. The runner's hold is a nice job by Fisher to keep that one in front of him. Drew Fisher entered into the game for Jordan Taylor as a pinch hitter in the 11th inning. Has one at bat at the plate. He grounded out to the second baseman, Nickens, to end the 11th inning. As he's on to catch now out of USC Upstate. With 1 out and runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 12th inning for the Diamond Dogs. Satterfield's 2-2 pitch is popped up in the air, but that one will get out of play over on the third base side.
And this game has really been all about the tremendous pitching from the Pioneers, and Jordan Satterfield really in a big spot. He hopes to continue that. The Pioneers need to find some way to get out of this inning, take their hacks into 13th, and try to score for the first time since the 6th inning.
Here comes the 2-2 from Satterfield. The pitch is low for ball 3. And the count is now full with runners on first and second and just 1 out here in the bottom of the inning.
And let's see what Satterfield does here. Will he challenge him with the fastball and let it rip?
And the 3-2 is swung on. A grounder to short. Picked by Delaire. The flip to second. The turn to first. And actually holding on to it was the second baseman, Skirpon. So Elmira takes the out at second. And that puts runners on the corners for the Diamond Dogs. So the potential winning run is on third base with 2 outs here. And the number 9 batter, Trey Stover, coming up to the plate.
And on that play, a very nice job by Satterfield coming up with the big fastball, forcing the ground ball, and then you get the force at second base, and that was a very good decision by Taylor Skirpon holding onto that baseball.
That was also a nice scoop there by Delaire on the short hop as he was ranging in on the ball, and that was really a hard hit ball there to shortstop. And now Matt Birch going to come out and chat here with his entire infield, and Blake Nation doing the same with his batters and guys on base. He's having a chat down here on the third base side with his players. So strategy, the name of the game here in the bottom of the 12th inning. A tie game 4-4 here from Veterans Memorial Park in Little Falls, New York. Elmira trying to make it 6 wins in a row here for the season after winning 5 straight. And for Mohawk Valley trying to make it 2-0 against Elmira here at Veterans Memorial Park this season, as they have runners on the corners, first and third with 2 outs, and that steps in Trey Stover, the shortstop for the Diamond Dogs. Runners take their leads, and Satterfield gets set to deliver his first pitch. That's a fastball called for a strike.
And after the music was blaring, that first pitch really was, you could hear a pin drop. There's silence here as everyone waits to see. Can Satterfield escape this jam, or will the Diamond Dogs come away with the victory?
Satterfield steps off the mound here, resets. Now gets the sign from Drew Fisher. Looks at the runner at first. And delivers home, as this one's going to be slow and away. And it's good placement, good idea there by Satterfield. Definitely want to try to keep his breaking stuff low in the zone. And he tries to work up with that fastball. He really does have a plus fastball against at least what these batters have seen tonight. And this one is driven out to center field. Dixon going back at the wall, and that's going to be out of here. A walk-off home run for the number 9 batter, Trey Stover. And that is going to do it in the bottom of the 12th inning as Alex Satterfield gives up the 3-run home run to give the Diamond Dogs a walk-off winner, as that is just the second home run that Elmira pitching has allowed this year. So the final will be 7-4 as the Diamond Dogs pick up the winning runs here in the bottom of the 12th inning, as Elmira sees their 5-game winning streak snapped against the Diamond Dogs and falls to 7-4 on the year. And for Mohawk Valley, they improve to 7-4 and stay in second place in the East behind Albany. As really, Elmira, their player of the night, even though they fall here tonight, Hefty would say definitely would be Taylor Skirpon from the plate, really giving Elmira life from the offensive side of things with that 3-run shot, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely. The Pioneers allowed those 4 demoralizing runs in the bottom of the first. Skirpon making an error within that sequence, but then really earning redemption as Pioneers pitching kept it close, and then he got the mistake pitch from the starter for Mohawk Valley, Greg, and just destroyed it to keep this game going. If it was not for Taylor Skirpon, we definitely would not have gone this far. Really, Skirpon and the Pioneers pitching doing everything they can, but at a certain point, even with talented pitcher after talented pitcher coming to the mound, you are going to make a mistake, and that's what happened in the bottom of the 12th inning.
So both teams score all their runs in 2 separate innings. Elmira scores 1 in the top of the first, and then they score 3 in the top of the 6th. For the Diamond Dogs, they score 4 in the bottom of the first, and then they score 3 in the bottom of the 12th inning. That'll do it for our broadcast here tonight as the Pioneers fall short of the Diamond Dogs in 12 innings, as the Pioneers head home for 2 more games as they go home against Newark tomorrow night, as it will be Red Solo Cup night, $2 beers at the ballpark. And then on Friday night, the Watertown Rams come into town. Post-game fireworks brought to you by CMS and free rally towels courtesy of MetLife. We thank you for listening in here. For Doug Page alongside Robbie Nuff, the Pioneers fall short 7-4 against Mohawk Valley. So long and good night.